Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
A little closer. Oh, yeah.
You like your kneeling.
We'll kneel. Hello. Good morning. Welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
And what's up with you?
Just a lovely morning.
Lovely morning in the studio.
Actually, I had a little sleep in.
I know. It was kind of nice.
Coffee
Sleeping,
at home.
Coffee at home out of a ceramic mug.
Oh,
Got to celebrate those small things, including those small movements, and maybe those movements we take for granted, like our breath. Today I'm going to throw Lauren a little curveball, and this is because sharing breath exercises with a student in studio, they shared another one with me. It was a nice energizing breath. So let's do a normal breath as we would, 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Let's play with a newer breath and then finish with some holds. So
okay.
it won't be too long, but here we go.
I'm lying down.
Your
though.
comfortable position of your choice, right? Nasal breath. Take a breath in through the nose and also out through the nose. Repeat for about 4 more repetitions of that, slowing down as you can. Breath in and then out. And a couple more like that. 4 seconds in, 3, 4, and out for 4 seconds. One more time in for 4, and then out for 4. Now be prepared to take quick breaths like in, and in, and in, and in, and in, and in, and 3 more in, and then let it go. Is that kind of a fun exercise to do? I hope what you felt that, yeah. So just keep breathing in and out of your nose. I just explained one thing quickly. I hope that you felt you only take the breath in, but some air came out. In. But some came out, and you got to sniff in again. But then some came out. The pressure inside can expel that air too. It doesn't always have to be active. Let's do that one more time together here. Take one more breath in for 4 seconds. So 4-second inhale here. Follow that by your 4-second exhale. And then for 10, small sniffs. Go. 1. Exhale. Or just let that come out naturally. For one more breathing drill for today, let's take 4-second inhales together, starting now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Exhale for 4. Do that one more time. Breath in, 2, 3, 4. Exhale. Last time in and hold. Breath in and hold for maybe 10 seconds, maybe 15. Maybe you heard Lauren's tummy growl. Relax your fingers, relax your toes. That has already been 10 seconds. Can you hang on for 5 more? And then just gently let it go. Are your eyes closed? Are they open? Did you feel energized from those short breaths? And restored from those long ones? Now, let's get back to standing anyhow you want.
Oh, standing
Whether
so
you do
aggressive.
that nice little good morning stretch there, Lauren. Whether you need a hand up, we can help you. But take your time.
I guess this isn't a hand.
Yeah, do it by yourself. So now from standing, we'll get going on those feet. Using your balance aid as you need, press your feet heavy in the floor, open up those toes. You can emulate that same thing with those hands if you wish to, just really ground the feet. Then I'm going to start to press real heavy through the ball of my foot on this right leg, driving the heel off the floor. But remember to press down to lift up the heel. Then push the heel down, extending the hip forward. Alternate to the other side. Push down first. Did you feel that in that hip holster? Push down into the ground as you could lift the heel. Make sure we stay extended on that other leg, and then press the heel down by pushing those hips forward. One more of those each. Press down into that ball of foot. Drive down, feel tension up in those hips, and then extend the hip, pushing the heel to the ground. Final repetition, drive down, ball of toe raise, Feel that tension or connection to the floor, and then press the heel down. Let's get those hands, a little more casual at those hands. Clasp them together, and nice and slow, try some of those wrist circles here. In this case, it's my left again, driving my right wrist around. I'll switch my directions here. That's a tougher direction for me. It's not quite as smooth. How does that feel for you? Open the hands. Try to find a different hand grip there for something different. Sorry for the same word. And then again, same thing. That articulation, ooh, a little noisy on that side too. And then I'll switch the direction. And the last one. And again, passive drills up here, more active drills down here. Now, at the knees, Lauren's side profile will emulate this the best, where our quads or the femur bones here are parallel. We're standing tall in those hips, and without bringing a knee forward, say like that, bend the knee. So keep that knee, the knee stable as you bring the heel to the buttock, and whose hamstring is saying, hello.
Hello.
And then gently take time and extend that leg. Lauren loves to have that clearance underneath that I'm trying to get right there as well. So try to keep that foot off the ground, and let's do that once or twice more. So same thing.
Same side.
Same side. Bend that knee with that tension and control, making sure that the hip can stay tucked under. And again, we're extending the hip, but definitely using that hamstring now too. And just nice and slow extension down. Alternate to the other side, and there will be this little weight shift. So shift that weight to the other side, cramp up that standing leg, keep the knee in the same position, and flex. In that flex position, we'll keep that dorsiflexed foot, or the foot to shin, parallel quads for 2 more seconds, and then take time avoiding that slingshot and under. And one more time, same thing, keeping the knee stable, flexing the knee, tall, extending those hips, and then take time to extend. Did you have that room underneath, Lauren?
Yeah.
Excellent. The knee joints and those elbow joints are buddies. So from knees to elbows, stay tall, extend those elbows, and biceps curl. Keep the palms open for now, add tension as appropriate, and biceps curl all the way up to your safe full flexion. Then turn the hands forward, cramp those biceps, they're the brakes, use those triceps, that's the gas pedal, and make it work as you press through heavy concrete, extending those elbows. Then cramp up the triceps because now they're the brakes, and use those biceps to add the go to the gun show as we go all the way back up. And then turn the palms to the face, cramp up the biceps one last time, and feel energized by using those hinge joints at the elbows. Oh, I always like to shake that out too. Next, the hips. And for the hips, use that balance aid as you need, or challenge yourself in the center room, but always maintain our hips level. So we'll pull a single foot up, use the floor to get that foot up to that ankle position here. Take away the daylight between those legs. So pull the knee across the body without the hip opening. Then open to the side to show a nice little diamond shape or triangle underneath. Close. If that's challenging for you, stay there. If you feel you could flex the hip or lift a little higher, let's do that. And again, from here, try to cross the midline, keeping the other hip facing forward. And then nice and slow, open again to expose that nice triangle. Close. That's too intense, bring it low. It's not working enough, maybe bring it high, but keep those hips level. And one last time, this is hard work. We'll bring it across the body here, and then slowly open to the side. Bring it back to center. Let's try to get those quads parallel. And then just straighten the knee underneath. Right on, Lauren, just like that. And I'd like a little bit of a shake before I did that on the other side. Whew, that was intense. So we'll do the same thing on the other side. Use that balance aid as you need. Pull through the floor Ankle to shin at that bottom position. Keeping the hip forward, try crossing the midline of the body here. Then open it, show that triangle. Did the hips stay level? Did they hike? Stability on that one leg. Now close. Stay there if you need. Rise it if you need as well. Try to cross that midline still, keeping this hip flashlight pointing forward, then open to the side. Hold for a second or two, and then close. For the final one, stay, modify as you need, or bring out a new challenge, and then, cross the midline first, and then slowly, slowly open up, keeping those hips pushing forward. Close the center, extending the hip, get those quads or femur bones parallel, and then, Lauren, you're so tall, you need more room there.
No.
And then extend underneath.
Long legs.
And again, just give that little wiggle. Shoulders. We'll get to those in later. We'll do that swimmer movement for those shoulders. Shoulders are just like those hips. Ins and outs, fronts and backs. We'll treat those to all directions like that. Lauren's going to take us into our Jane fondues and some forward folds.
Let's.
Get your space. Use your balance aid if you need to.
With or without your balance aid, feet pointing forward, standing tall. Gently bend your knees, pushing them forward over your toes. Checking with that upper body that it's nice and stacked. And then push into the floor to stand up all the way tall. Repeat. Knees push over toes, upper body stays tall. Now gently transfer the weight a little bit so your heels lift slightly. Not too much, just hover. And then put your heels back down. And then stand up tall. From here, try to push down to find your two-footed first balance today. Connect ribs and hips, squeeze your glutes, brace your core. Look at something that's not moving and hold for 4, 3, 2. Now slowly lower, not quickly, slowly. 3, 2, soft down. From here, bend your knees again over your toes. This time, could you hover those heels a little bit more so you come up more right onto the balls of those feet? And then gently push the heels back down into the floor. And then stand up. Roll up onto the double. Rise here. Maybe this is enough. If you'd like a little extra, could you push your knees over your toes? And then stand back up. And then slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. Good. And shake that hip. From here, we'll fold and walk ourselves out into a plank. Standing tall first. Then gently tuck your chin to get rid of the bumps on the back of your neck. And then relax. So the bumps on the back of your neck are right about here above your shirt. There, and when we are on the computer for a long time, we get the hump. So let's get rid of the hump first. Then keep tucking the chin, keep getting rid of the hump, but make some triple chins. And then once you're past your chin, start rounding through that upper back bra line. Once you're past there, keep pulling on your ribs, hips. Sorry if I'm yelling into my microphone. Keep pulling on your ribs, hips. And really think about flexing or rounding that lower back as well. Stay tight to your body. Try not to shift your weight back into your heels, but keep it forward as if there's that wall behind you. I'm not even fully folded yet, so take your time. Hanging out here, staying as close to your body as you can. Could you try to straighten your knees a little bit? And then gently bend your knees. And walk yourself out to your high plank. You okay? Walk yourself out.
That was so much work for my legs.
To your high plank.
Okay.
Hands underneath your shoulders, either from your knees or your toes. Here we go, 10 seconds. Grip the floor with your hands. Squeeze your glutes. Brace your abs. Now pull your hands towards your feet as if you're rippling the floor below you. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now push forward on the floor to go back. Walk your hands back towards your feet. Trying to keep your knees as straight for as long as possible. Get in your forward fold. And then use your core and stack one vertebrae at a time. Use your muscles to pull you up. all the way to the toe. Head's the last to unstack. Oh, that was nice. Let's do some more Janes. Ready, Ian?
Yeah.
One more round? Yeah. All right. Let's warm up our 2 feet for one quick round, and then let's get some single legs a rocking. Knees push over toes. This time, go right to the toes, lifting the heels. Stay there. Extend to tall. Hold your balance. 3, 2, slowly lower both heels at the same time, gripping the floor with toes and balls of feet, and arches are working. One more time, knees over toes. Heels leave the floor. Push down to stand up. Pull your kneecaps up, squeeze your glutes. Then slowly lower. 3, 2, 1. Reverse it. Grow tall first. Knees over toes. Then heels will come down. Try to stay the same height. And then stand up tall. Roll back up into those toes. Knees over toes. Get low, but stay the same height when your heels land. And then stand up tall. Nice. Shake that out for a second. But then let's go a little single leg. I'm going to get a little closer to a balance aid for my single leg moves.
That's a good idea.
Yeah. From here, let's take one foot off the floor and attach that foot to the first knuckle or to the knuckle of your ankle. Knee pushes over toe. Hips are level and not jutting out to the side. From here, straighten. And can you control roll up to a single leg balance? And hold that position tall on a single leg for 4, 3, 2. Now slowly lower. And try that again. Knee pushes over toe. And then you extend your hip. And as you extend your hip, you roll up with control to your single leg. Squeeze, stack on top of that hip. Try to find a balance for 4, 3, 2. Then slowly lower. Oh, put your other foot down. That's enough. That was great. One thing before we do the other side, make sure when you're rolling up to that balance, whether it's with 2 feet or 1 foot, that it looks like this with control versus bump. Control the whole movement all the way up to the top of those feet.
The bottom parts are going to be the hardest.
Yeah, that's why people skip them. Don't be a skipper.
Don't skip.
Okay, other foot's up. Get organized. Knee pushes over toe. Straighten. And then with the glutes squeezed, roll up. Find your first single leg balance. Hold. 4, 3, 2. And then just like the up, control the down. 3, 2, land. One more time. Knee pushes over toe, hips stay level in your bowl of punch. Then extend. As you extend, you leave the floor with the heel, rolling up, finding the balance to hold for 5, 3, 2. Control the descent for 4, 3, 2. Stick it and shake it out. Let's do one more forward fold and plank. I hope your hips feel like this too.
This has been a common dance in the studio the last couple of weeks. Here we go.
All right, back to that forward fold.
The fold.
Standing tall. Tuck your chin towards your chest. Get rid of the hump back. Start rounding through that upper back, and then start using your core to fold. Round that low back right behind the belly button. Try to get some movement out of that. Remember, there's a wall behind you, so try not to push your butt back into it. Grip the floor with your feet. Get folded, hang out for a second. If your knees are bent, can you gently try to straighten them? And still almost try to drift forward, not backwards. And then gently bend your knees, walk yourself out. High plank starts when you get out there. Drop your hips, connect ribs, squeeze your glutes, go. 10, pull the floor underneath you. Somebody could come along and sit on you like a park bench for 5, 4, 3, 2, then push away. Hips lift, hands walk back towards your feet. And then unfold yourself. Take your time though. So I'm folded first.
I'm hinging already.
Then I stack one vertebrae at a time, using my muscles to pull me back up. Head is last.
That was a really nice fold.
Oh,
I did my hinge though. Oops. But as long as you did a hinge or a fold, that's okay. Just stay away from that hybrid.
you get
And that's
an A.
what Lauren was
I
getting
get
in-
an A+.
Yeah, but that's what Lauren was getting into with use that low back to round. You want to share that load across the upper back and then into that low back. But don't do the hinge and a fold. Now it's time to do just a little bit of some shoulders. So we'll get a little bit closer to the camera here. Lauren's going to give you the gentle backside and then follow along.
I don't know, we're gentle.
Take one arm and hold it in that W position, and then take the other hand and find where that pec insertion or the chest kind of meets that shoulder. Got it? There'll be a little groove there. Feel some stuff. Gently from here, shrug up and roll forward. And maybe that pocket right there just got a little bit bigger. So then just relax. Do that one more time. Shrug up, roll forward, and you may be able to kind of feel how your pec made a little bit of a dent there. From here, retract or pull, and then scoop under as to pull down. Repeat that one more time. Shrug up, forward. You can feel that little pocket here where that pec goes into the shoulder, and then retract and pull down to try to flatten out that shoulder blade in the back. Relax that a little bit and try the same thing on the other side.
Whew.
W shape. Those arms are heavy. Well, maybe they're heavy. From here, hand onto that little pocket. Then if you shrug your shoulder up and then roll forward, that pocket might exaggerate itself there. Right there, your shoulder, ball, and socket is not really in a strong place. To help it get in a strong place, retract and then pull down. Repeat a gentle shrug up, that roll forward, and then the retract and the pull down. Last one, elevate up, retract forward, protract forward, and then retract, and that scoop or depressed action underneath. And just chill that out for a second. We'll come back to shoulder movements like that as we go forward. Until then, Lauren's going to share a couple lunges with us.
Oh, shoot.
No, that's not true. Lawrence, your horse stance walks
Oh,
first.
good.
But lunges will be coming up too.
Phew.
Horse stance to start.
Horse stance. Stand tall. Give yourself a little bit of room in front of you and beside you. Don't need a lot, just a little bit. Rotate out. Both feet are pointed out, both glutes are squeezed, you're tall. Gently tuck your hips under, bracing your core. Then bend your knees, pushing them over your toes. Transfer weight to one side so that you straighten the other leg. It's going to reach forward and to the side, but only forward about the same distance as your big toe, so heel to big toe. Then toe, ball, heel accepts the floor, knee starts to bend. You pull this way to go that way. Your back leg straightens. Stay tucked, stay bent. Pull your back leg in to meet back to your plie. Transfer load to that other leg. Point, toe, ball, heel. Start pulling the floor together underneath you to transition your load. Point through the back foot. Lift the leg. Pull it heel to heel. Transfer your weight, kind of. Point, sorry. I just got thinking
Your
about
weight's
that.
kind of there.
Toe, ball, heel. Yeah, your weight's kind of there. Start pulling the floor together underneath you. Now's the transfer. Off of the back leg. Two together. Keep the load. Toe, ball, heel. Pulling the floor together underneath you. Straightening the back leg. Heel to heel. One more time. Toe, ball, heel. Pull. Straighten. Let's meet heel to heel here. And then push down to stand up tall. Unspin.
That was probably one of my all-time favorite pacings of that drill. That was really good. That felt cool. You can stay standing, but just for a little bit closer views, we'll get low. Come back to that single-armed W position. here. Now take the other hand and place it on that pec insertion or the shoulder at the front. Then go scratch the back of your head. And did you do it like Lauren, A++, or like me, a little bit of a C for compensation? Could you pull? Hey, you like that? Could you pull down that armpit? Let's pull down that armpit, which again, hopefully creates more room and less tension up here. Now from here, give Lauren a little bit more room, sorry. So now from here, think about keeping the elbow in the same place and look to straighten out. Check. Is that okay?
Mm-hmm.
Awesome. So then keep the elbow in the same place and then bend the hand to the back of the head. Pull down again. You could probably pull down on this armpit or lat again here. And then try to move the elbow closer to the ear and straighten out the elbow. Holy cow. Does that work for you? That's a lot of work for me. Mm-hmm. Hold that for a 1/1000. And then a slow elbow bend to bring the hand to the back of the head. And then pull the elbow to the ribs. And let that relax. Where was the most intense location of that movement for you? Lauren's touching her sideline, her armpit, the serratus, the lat, all this kind of stuff down here. That is versions of the right answer. It's also the right answer if you felt it up here, because that's the wrong answer. We want to avoid the tension up top and amplify that tension down below the armpit. Same thing other side. W shape. Maybe you'll see that this is my harder side, by the way. What about you? From here, is the shoulder up or down, and then take the hand to the back of the head. Is the wrist straight? Is it compensating with that extension? Try to find those nice straight lines everywhere. Now, keep the rib cage down, elbow in the same place, and gently extend. So that might be anywhere between a T and a Y shape. Call it T and Y, and hold for a second, and then slow bend on the elbow. Making sure that that upper trap is down, pull the armpit. Now, as you extend the elbow, try to bring it closer to the ear. Oh my goodness. And breathe for like 5 more seconds. Try to work there for 5 more seconds and pull the armpit down more and more, and then hold it there for a 1/1000. And then a slow elbow bend again towards the back of the head. And then pull the elbow to rib and relax that away. Horse walk version 2 in a second here. What's your position at home? I love this one that we're in right here. I don't even know what we call it, but we use it a lot. I hope you're enjoying yourself in that position.
Kneeling. Too. All right, horse walk version 2. Start in parallel. Squeeze glutes, turn out. From here, straight leg. We're going to point to the side. Point, no bending our knees this time. Pointing, toe ball, heel, absorb the floor. Start transferring weight onto that leg by pushing off the back leg. And then you're going to pull the back leg to the front heel, to the front toe, so toe, heel the toe. Then transfer that load, point the foot, reach, toe ball, heel, pull together. Our legs are straight this whole time. Transfer to the front foot, take the back leg, pull the back leg so heel meets front toe ball-ish area. Point, absorb the floor, transfer weight pushing off the back foot, pulling the back leg in front of you, then pointing, transferring weight, push off that back foot using your toes, pull it to center. One last time. Point, we're trying to stay square forward with our hips and our shoulders. Off the back leg, this time to end, just bring heel to heel and then relax. Whew. That was the first time Lauren's ever done that, and that was a movement from a couple dinners ago in the kitchen. Lauren, we can do this. That was fun. I hope to explore that one later. Lauren, take away those push-ups. Let's get that strength going. Okay. And then we'll lunge. Okay. We folded forward earlier today, so let's use our hinge. Tall, feet in your hinge width stance apart. Chop your hips. Keep your spine nice and long. Shins should be vertical. Feel that load through hamstrings and glutes. Then we'll break some rules. Tip forward, walk yourself out to your push-up position, either from your knees or from your toes. First round of push-ups, slow negatives. Get to the top, slowly start to lower. 10, 9, 8, 4, 3, 2, soft landing. Tuck your hips. Everything leaves at the same time. Pack your shoulders and up. Let's try to do that one more time. 10-second descent. 10, 9.
Is your bum squeeze, Lauren?
Mm-hmm.
Are you gripping the floor?
Mm-hmm. 3, 2, soft landing. Retuck. 1 unit up. Push the floor away. Start walking your hands back to your feet. Widen your stance so you end up in your hinge stance. Load your hips back up, shins vertical, and then extend to tall by driving your hips through.
It's not quite lunchtime, but it is lunge time. Full of those one-liners today.
Must be
I don't know.
October.
Must be. Lunge time. Let's get it going. A little bit of something different here today too. We love that movement clock. I'm going to give Lauren a little bit more room there, sorry. So we love that movement clock. Midnights. Think about midnights for this first drill here. The leg that moves stays straight, and the leg that stays in the same position will bend. For 5 repetitions, knee over toe. We're going to initiate the leg out front by pushing the other leg over the toe. And then we're going to pull it back by pulling underneath. Repeat 4 more times. Drive the leg forward on the opposite leg. So my right leg's going forward because the other knee. We're sitting tall. Right now we're sitting tall. And then we'll extend that hip right on. Lauren's going to progress that maybe later. We'll see. Okay, good. 3 more or so. What is that leg doing out front? Is it pulling back? Is it reaching forward? Where do you feel in those hips? To tall. And then 2 more here. Knee towards over toe. Reach out front. Pull underneath, extending the hips. And last time. Knee over toe with a point. And pull. Other side, same thing. The knee that bends is initiating this movement. The leg out front isn't doing too much, at least not right now. And then pull underneath. Same thing. Knee towards over toe. And then if that front leg did do something, pull it underneath to feel that activation of the hip on the other side. Knee over toe. Connect that foot. Pull it down. Extend tall. 2 more. Knee over toe. Pull down. Grow tall. Last repetition. Knee over toe. Great balance there, Lauren. Great shape. Pull under. And again, shake. Push up time. Push up time.
We'll change it a little bit. This time when we're in our push-ups, we'll do our pauses at each 3 stations. Top, mid, lower station. Go to the floor, come back up. Let's use our hinge. Chip chop. Keep those, your long hair. Keep those toes gripping the floor, vertical shins, and then slowly walk yourself out to your high plank push-up position. From your knees or from your toes, both are great. Ready? We're holding here for 5. In this position, think about engaging your lats and pulling your shoulders down so that right now, when we move next, our shoulders are stable, holding in this mid station for 3, 2, and then a hovering lower station just off the floor for 3, 2, all the way down. Retract shoulders, retract hips, 1 unit up. 1 more time, pull from here, 5, 4, 3, 2, then initiate halfway, keeping those blades flush and stable. 2, and low station for 4, 3, 2, all the way down, and then, oh boy.
Oh boy.
Just a second before I push back up. That was tough.
That's a lot of work, those are. Those pauses.
By tucking your toes, lifting your hips, walking back via that hinge, extending to tall.
So Lauren likes to sip that water. I don't drink enough water. So maybe after this practice, water before coffee. But here we go again in those lunges. Lunge direction, I guess. On the tippy toes, on those tippy toes. Set up in your lunge stance. You got room there?
Lunge stance.
So in that lunge stance, take time and front the front foot. Can you look at the feet? Are they bowed out like this? Or are you hugging together in that straw? Ooh. Then reset the front heel down, push off the back and under. Same thing other side. Get to the lunge stance. Are those hips facing forward? Do we feel nice and tall? Then transfer that weight to the front foot. Again, are those ankles driving down and in? Feeling nice and tall here for a couple more seconds. Heel down in the front, push off the back and forward. For one repetition now, we'll descend 10 seconds in that lunge and then take our time to come back up. Alternate those legs as you need. Get to that stance of your choice. As we go forward here, make sure that this hip in the back, the one closest to the camera there on Lauren, stays forward. Here we go, 10, 9. We're gonna pull in that other leg. So compressing that hip socket here to keep that hip going forward, maybe 3 more seconds as we descend. And then up. I said 1, can we do 1 more? Let's do 1 more. So tuck under that hip. We're extending the back hip forward as you pull in or compress in the hip on the front leg, and then up. Put the heel down in the back, in the front, push off the back, and through. Twice on the other side. So no surprises, let's do that twice. Same thing, stride to the back. Are the hips square? Are the shoulders square? Hip square, shoulder square, elevate onto the front and the back toes. Now make a commitment to keep that front shin bone vertical as we extend the hip through the back with a butt squeeze, pulling into the hip on the front leg. I can't go quite as low as confidently on this side. Don't rush it. But then from here, let's stand right back up. That actually felt pretty good. Check in for 1 more repetition here. So tucking under the hip, bum squeezing in the back, and pulling in on that front leg. Holy cow, intensity right here. What about you, Lauren? Mm-hmm. And then up to tall, front heel down, push off the back. Should have mentioned we can probably simplify that if that's a little bit challenging for you by, again, adding the balance aid off to the side, or just taking time in that flat-footed lunge. Really commit to, again, that scissoring action in the hips, keeping the back hip driving forward.
Let's do some push-ups. They're easier than that.
Whew.
Last set is set number 3 of push-ups. Let's pump out a nice number that's good for you. 5, 7, 10. Here we go. Use your hinge. Walk yourself out. From your hands, or sorry, from your knees, from your toes, squeeze your butts, keep them up nice and high as you pump out your number of push-ups. Keeping your head in line, trying to break that 90 degrees at the elbow. Chest and hips coming up at the same time. Always fully extending at the top. Head staying in line. Have you been counting in?
This is 6.
So what are you going to do?
3 more.
10?
Yep.
Then push your hips back. You got 10 or what?
I think it was 10.
Okay. Walk yourself.
Whew.
Extend to top. I'm in that 10 push-ups.
I know. It's all about that pace. You can make 10 as hard as 20 by just going a little bit slower like you did right there. Yeah. Well, there's one more exercise I like to do before we're done today, and it's that développé hold. Unless you want to do your battement hold. Uh-oh. So now it's Lauren's amazingness and her fault if we love or hate this exercise. Whew.
Right. I would have a balance aid for this. See, nice warm rag is really extra cushy. Stand tall on that inside leg. Point the outside leg forward, but make sure that when you pointed it forward, your hip didn't follow with you and you're all twisty pants. Pull that hip back into its socket. From here, point your toe, keep your knee nice and straight. Slowly, keep pulling it into its socket as you lift it to your high. and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, tap down. Make sure it's still sloped in the joint there. The bottom leg is still straight. Lift it again. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, tap it down. Pull it underneath you. Don't go anywhere. Take that same leg, point it out to the
Oh,
side.
you're mean.
From here, we'll go a little ballet inspiration. Externally rotate, showing me your inseam of your pants. Keep both hips forward. 3, 2, lift, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, tap down. Whew. Bottom leg is straight. Outside leg knee is straight. Pointed toe, inseam forward, lift, hold. 5, 4, 3. Bonus fun, pull it to front, point it, pull it underneath.
Ooh.
Switch sides.
Those holds, awesome and hard, holy cow. Okay, as Lauren plays with the monkey, buys us some time, let's go.
Same thing other side.
Yep.
Tall on the inside leg. Point the outside leg to the front. Again, checking with those hips. They stayed level when you did that. It's in its socket. From here, 3, 2, lift and hold. Keep that leg nice and straight. Knee straight, bottom knee straight. 3, 2, tap. Readjust, pull into its socket, lift, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, tap down. Pull that leg underneath you. Take it to the side, point it, externally rotate, inseam forward, but hips still square. 3, 2, lift, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, tap. One more time. Lift, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, bonus front, tap, pull underneath.
The hips, the balance, the hips. That's intensity enough for me. Thank you very much for joining today's practice.
Yeah, thanks.
Whether you melt to the floor and maybe catch up with your breath, or hit play on your coffee maker like I will. But I'll drink some water too.
It's a beautiful day out and it looks to be a lovely Canadian Thanksgiving weekend. So enjoy your weekend with whom and whatever food you get to eat.
Oh yeah. I really hope Lauren makes a pumpkin pie or something.
Okay.
Anything you want.
Stay tuned to the schedule. We'll see you soon. Have a lovely weekend and try to find some time to play.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.